Today we're being joined by a potential top 10 AFL draft prospect from Victoria and the Eastern Rangers, Xavier Taylor. Xavier, thanks for coming on, mate.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
No worries. How did the footy journey, Xavier, start for you all the way back at an early stage in footy?
I just started playing Auskick around Moorbark area. So I did Moorbark Auskick and started playing under 8s at East Ringwood because both my parents played for East Ringwood. So,
Yeah.
and I've been there ever since and played there until now. So, yeah.
That's good. Since joining the Eastern Rangers, how's that opportunity been? Obviously, as you just mentioned, playing from a local level, then stepping up to that level. How's the transition been from playing there to then moving on to the Rangers and higher standards as well?
No, it's been pretty good. Eastern have done an awesome job of that transition. Can be quite difficult sometimes, but I think Eastern have done a really good job of putting me through the whole process and the journey, and it's been good for me. So I've enjoyed it.
That's good. Obviously, you plays intercept defender. You can play on talls and smalls, a lockdown player role. Given the Josh Weddle comparison, if you were to compare yourself, Dave, to an AFL player, who would you say would it be? Josh Weddle?
Yeah, I like to kind of base my game on Weddle a bit, like the kind of lockdown role that he plays, and then he kind of uses his athleticism.
For sure. No worries. That's all right. So obviously, as you mentioned, the Josh Weddle comparison, Zave. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. So obviously, playing on talls and smalls, is that something you're proud of? You can adjust to anything and play on tall players and small players as well.
Yeah, that's something I try to use a lot as well during games. I think it's an important part. Just use my speed and that to go with the smalls, and then strengthen my jumping ability to go with the talls.
Sure. Obviously, this year you had a really good year, not only at Eastern Range, but representing Vic Metro. What is that experience like? Obviously you play under 16s, 17s, and now 18s as a Vic Metro, playing at Vic Metro. What's it been like to step up for the 3 years that you've been a part of it, in particular this year, obviously being your top age year? How has that transition been and being able to adjust against some of the best for 3 years in a row at state champs level?
Yeah, this year was awesome, I think. A great group of blokes, and we played 16s with most of the boys, so all been super close for a few years now. I think it was good standard, and thought I did pretty well, and I really enjoyed the experience. And we got to travel 3 out of the 4 games, which is a positive as well. And I really enjoyed those few games that we were traveling. So it was a great experience all around.
For sure. You just mentioned the state champs. So obviously you played this, you said the 4 games, obviously 13, 15, 17, and 15 disposals with a lot of intercept disposals through that. Obviously, as you said, playing, on talls and smalls, intercepting, I assume, is one of your key strengths as a defender as well.
Yeah, 100%. That's through that carnival, that was what I was trying to show, that intercept and lockdown ability. And I thought I did well.
That's good. Did you find out some things about yourself through that state champs? Obviously, as you're playing in previous years there, but then also for this year to see the step up in the stands. The bigger the names are, the closer it everything is. More attention on you all now in that level. And was there any particular matchups through Zave that you felt like you did pretty well on, and some names that will be drafted this year as well, alongside yourself?
I think the pressure point of it was a bit different coming on to your top age year. Like, you don't have another year. This is the last year, but trying to just bring it down to still trying to have fun and just enjoy your draft year. And that's something I did throughout the whole year. And that's when I'm playing my best footy, when I'm enjoying it. So, yeah.
Sure. And obviously another accomplishment you've had throughout this year alone is winning a Talent League grand final for the Rangers over Sandy. What was that experience like, being a part of a grand final, and your last ever game playing for the Eastern Rangers is a grand final victory?
That was awesome. It was pretty emotional, actually, but that was a great day, and it was just with a great group of boys and all the coaches. And I was just so happy we could get it done and finish on a high note and beat Sandy too. It was pretty good.
Sure, that was on Icon Park, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So what was that experience like, playing on another high-level ground? Obviously, the state champs, you played on some good grounds as well. I think Marvel was another one as well. So what's it like playing from the ground you play at Rangers, and then you get to the grand final stage and then play for the state team, and you get to play on these higher-level grounds? Does it feel any different going on a different level of a ground as well, depending on where it is?
I'm not too fast. I'm kind of happy to play anyway, but it's cool to play on the bigger like AFL grounds, and the Marvels, and the played at Heritage in 16s for Metro. That was awesome. but yeah, playing on big grounds is cool.
Sure. Now, obviously, the draft combine, as we just mentioned briefly before, obviously you were a part of that. What was it like, another experience to be able to do all those testings, be in front of all the recruiters and list managers and everything like that? And was it a good chance to kind of mingle with some players from other states, Dave, that you may not have had the chance to meet in person before or even communicate with at all?
Yeah, 100%. Like I wasn't lucky enough to be picked in the academy team or anything like that, so I haven't really had too much stuff to do with the other boys, and it's cool to kind of meet a few of them and kind of see how they're traveling with their draft year and that. So that was a good experience, and then all the testing and that's all pretty cruisy, and just go there and just try my best. And yeah, all the interviews were pretty good with the recruiters. I didn't have any weird questions, so I was lucky there.
Okay.
It was a good few days, so I enjoyed it.
That's good. I was just going to get to that in just a second. So in terms of, you mentioned they're not being part of the academy side where some people have the luxury to be in all those high level teams. How did you feel in that time to try and motivate yourself, Dave, to go, okay, they haven't picked for that. I want to prove them wrong by just consistently turning up at other ranges or wherever that may be, and to prove them wrong. And then obviously you got there in the end with the state side. But does it prove a point though, by not getting put in there that you want to prove a point, and now you're getting talked about the way you are publicly?
Yeah, I think it's kind of like I might not have been where I am at the moment if I made the academy side. So I think it kind of does drive me in a sense and kind of held me in good stead and gave me something to kind of use as a bit of fuel. And I think, yeah, held me in good stead.
Sure. And then obviously the draft's only just 2 weeks away, exactly today to be precise. How's the nerves feeling? Do you have any nerves at all, Dave, going into this period where some people, are in a position probably where they're no certainty to be drafted, where in your position, there's a pretty good chance that you will be. So does the nerves lessen a little bit? Does it just stay up automatically because you don't know where you're going, whether in the same state or going elsewhere? How are you feeling overall in the last few weeks and leading up to the last 2 weeks?
I'm a little nervous. There's like no certainties, as everyone says, and yeah, a little bit nervous. But I'm just happy to be in the position I am and that I might be able to live out my dream. And yeah, just a bit cruisy at the moment and just waiting. So all exciting though, super excited.
For sure. Do you ever read into much about what the experts and all these people that, like myself, that do like Phantom Drafts and Power Rankings and the AFL do their own versions and everything like that? Do you read much into it to try and stay away from stuff like that? Or is it almost impossible to stay away from, considering everything gets posted these days? And even if you're not looking, I'm sure mates will be giving you a nudge on the shoulder and say, hey, did you see this?
Yeah, 100%. No, it's a bit hard to stay away from all of it, but yeah, just try not to buy into it too much and just kind of listen to the people that are super important to me, whether that's family, coaches or army manager, stuff like that.
For sure. Now, you mentioned before about there was no really weird recruiting question, which I'm sure you've heard of in the past. And I've had some guys on recently that have mentioned about this year's draft, but from the same days that you were there, they've been asked to play some board games and asked, like, if there was 3 people in the mates that were out going about and not doing the right thing and you were at home, would you tell the club and everything like that? Did you have anything that's similar to sound like those ones?
No, I did hear about the players having to play games. I was lucky I didn't have to do that one. But no, I don't think I had any bizarre questions or anything like that. Just the usual questions. So I was very lucky.
That's good. How was the meetings with clubs for the first time, especially the first few, then getting towards the back end of it? Did it get easier the longer it went? Was it easy from the start? How did you feel going into it?
No, I was pretty cool. Just going into it. It was only I think it was a 15 or 20-minute meeting, so just kind of getting a feel for the recruiters in there, and they're just trying to do the same to you. So just go in there and be yourself, and yeah, nothing too serious, as I said before. But yeah, I was pretty easy with it, so it was good.
That's good. And then was there ever any coaches again, speaking to some others, they had some coaches in there? And if so, if you were to have any coaches in the ones you're in, did it feel any daunting knowing that you see them on TV, maybe some ex-coaches that have played AFL for a very long time as well, or had been in the game for a long time? Was there any of them? And did you have any pinch me type moments for some of the particular names that may have been in those meetings?
I think I had 2 or 3 coaches, but one of them was Big Coxie for Swans.
Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, and meeting him and kind of got to talk to him a little bit. It was pretty cool, and yeah, followed him a little bit. So yeah, it was awesome.
Very good. Who did you grow up supporting?
I'm a Richmond fan, massive Tigers fan. So
Richmond. All right. Obviously, the dream, I'm sure, is just to be drafted, like you mentioned before. But when you reflect on it, maybe over time, would it be pretty cool to potentially go to the club that you've grown up supporting and watching every week, potentially even going to as well, and that possibility to potentially even go there?
Yeah, it's a massive dream, and well, nothing I can do. I've just done
Yeah.
all I can throughout the year. So now it's just a waiting game. But it'd be awesome to put on the yellow and black jersey at the end of the year. But if not, just happy where I can go and just grateful whatever club takes me. So
For sure. And that was just going to be my next point. So you're happy to go interstate if that was the possibility of going there? That'd be something to be fine with?
yeah, well, if I can live out my dream to play AFL, play anywhere. So happy.
For sure. Did you feel like throughout these meetings, not just at the combine, but just throughout the years, Abe, do you feel like, you felt like there may have been some more indications that you, in your mind, that may have felt like they may be more interested than the other? Sometimes some people can't read them, some can. Where are you in that position? Did you feel like there was some that you may thought have had more interest than others?
Yeah, a little bit. I think you can just kind of get a feel of what they're thinking, and even like what draft hand they hold and that sort of stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I think everything can change, and yeah, so I try not to buy into that sort of stuff too much.
Sure. What is your current plans for draft night? Are you potentially going to be invited to the night? Are you going to watch it from home? Do you know how that's going to look at so far? And if so, how cool that may be as well?
Yeah, no. So it's like we said before. I think it's 2 weeks. Haven't been invited yet. I don't know if invites have gone out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll probably have a few people over from at home. If not, going to the night would be an awesome experience. But whatever I'm doing, I'm just probably be very nervous night. But after it's all done, I'll be I'm super happy and grateful.
Sure. Who's some players that you've played at the Rangers that may be drafted, or any someone on Vic Metro that you feel like you're looking forward to seeing progress to their career, or some people that may not be getting talked about as much that you hope to see drafted as well and that deserve an opportunity?
There's a few. I think Eastern are going to have a few boys drafted this year, like your Lockie Doverson, Sully Roby, Ollie Greaves, Oscar Taylors. All those boys super excited to see how they got the next level and happy for them. And hopefully we can get a few more, like Marcus Kraz, a ruckman. We can get him into an AFL club. I think people like him would be awesome. And yeah, there's a lot more people I'm probably forgetting, but yeah, some of the names there.
Very good. The number one draft pick, obviously, it's heavily talked about. It may likely now be Willem Duursma. In your eyes, Dave, who would you feel will be the number one pick? And if you were the recruiter, who would you pick as the number one pick?
No, I think Durs is probably definitely a good option. Just utility, can kind of play everywhere. I think he's a star. So yeah, I think they got it right with him if that's the case.
Yeah. Now, self-confidence, I feel like, is something that seems to be talked about every time draft time comes around. And when I had Mateus Filippo on a few years back, he mentioned about the self-confidence, and it had a lot of mixed reactions on here from other external people going, it could be deemed as an arrogance thing, it could be deemed as a good thing. And I was on the party that was more of a good thing. And his brother, Javan, who should be drafted this year as well, has a similar parts of what Mateus had. How are you with talking about yourself? How do you personally see confidence in yourself? Could you see deeming it as a positive thing or a negative? Where are you on that stance? Because it seems to be divided.
Yeah, no, definitely divided. I think there's a fine line between being confident and arrogant. And I think it's just you can be confident within yourself. Doesn't mean you have to go out and kind of tell the world about it. That's kind of how I look at it. And I know my ability, especially in a footy sense, I know what I can do. So I just kind of go out and do it and kind of keep to myself. So.
Sure. What is your ideal footy goals? Like, what would you love to get out of your career the best? Like, what if you could have a perfect dream scenario? How would you love for it to pan out?
No, I haven't kind of thought of that too much, but just get to a club and stay fit and healthy and play as many games as I can, whether that's 50, 10, 50, 100, whatever it is, just play as many games as I can and have a nice long career would be awesome. But yeah, just got to put in the hard work and see what happens.
Very true. Now, I love asking teammate questions, so this could go any which way. Who loves the limelight? Now, this can relate to Rangers, anyone at Vic Metro, or anyone from other teams. Who loves the limelight, the attention, the camera, and they can't get enough of it, and they know what to do when the camera's around?
Tom Burden from Metro loves the camera, loves being in the spotlight. Alberto, skipper. So yeah, him.
Yeah, that's fair. Who would Google themselves and watch back their own highlights?
I reckon Griever, Ollie Greaves for sure.
Ollie Greaves. And that's it. Now, if you were stuck on a deserted island with teammates, Zave, who would you be bringing and not bringing, and why?
Probably wouldn't bring Dov. Don't know. There's not too much going upstairs, so I don't know if he'd be helpful at all. And I'll bring Oscar Taylor. I think he's opposite of Dodd, pretty smart. Knows what he's doing.
Now, you mentioned Lockie there. Do you see the Nick Watson and Jack Inniff comparison? Similar type of hairstyle, it seems, a similar type of player. Do you see the resemblances there with those two? And do you feel like he will end up being the type of player like them and the type of player as well like those two?
Yeah, 100%. I see the especially with Nick, another Eastern Rangers boy, and
Yes.
very similar, and they both go about the same as well. So
Mm.
it'll be interesting to see how Lockie goes.
For sure. Could you imagine them? Could you imagine all three of them at Hawthorn?
Yeah, it'd be pretty good.
It'd be very interesting, must-watch viewing, they'd say. Now, teammates that you're impressed by, Zave, that kind of fly under the radar and don't get talked about as much as you feel they should, or someone that does get talked about, but you feel like they should be talked even more?
I'll go. I'm having a mental blank. Max Kondo from Metro. I think he's had a really good carnival. And did some good stuff with Oakley, and I think he's a great player, but he's also a really good kid and awesome teammate to have, and very raw. And when he gets through to an AFL system, he'll skyrocket, and I'm really keen to see how he goes.
Sure. Now, toughest opponent you've ever had to match up on at any level, who would you say that would be?
Mitch Marsh, I think, when we played SA. Yeah.
That seems to be a common answer the last few weeks when I've had people on, and they keep saying Mitch Marsh. What is it about Mitch? Because he kind of catapulted out of nowhere. He wasn't really talked about a few years back, and now just shot up to first round calculations. What is it about him that makes it hard to match up on?
No, he's a super smart player. Like when he doesn't have the ball, off the ball, super smart, and does a lot of stuff to kind of keep you on your toes, and good craft, and very athletic when he gets the ball as well, which is super handy, and great kick as well.
Very good. Any favourite teammates you got at the Rangers or through the Metro sides?
Yeah, probably I'm super close with Dobber. Me and Dobber, real good mates on and off the field. So do a lot of gym stuff and etc. with him, and been doing our pre-season now. We're just starting at the moment, and do a lot of work with him and super close with him.
That's fair. Now, if you could choose one song to walk out to, or when you kick a goal at a footy game, that seems to be a trend with a lot of clubs in men's and women's footy these days. If you could be a go-to song, Zave, what song would it be after you kick a goal?
I'll do my pre-game song that I always listen to before I run out. It's called Rico by Drake.
Oh, yeah.
That one.
Very good. If teammates were to form a rock/music band, who would be in the band, and what would the band name be called?
I reckon Will Waller and Charlie Nash down at Eastern Rangers, they'd get around the band, and they'd take the lead. Don't know what it would be called though, but those two boys would take over.
It's fair. Is there any coaches' pets while you're at the Rangers or at Metro that you feel like we're a bit attached too much? You thought we're getting a lot more attention than they should get?
No, not really. No one comes to mind there. No.
Well, that's a good thing. Best chatterbox at either clubs or teams?
Chatterbox. I'll go to Sizzler Grill at Metro. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Sammy, yeah.
Loves the chirp, old griller. And I can't think of anyone at Eastern, so.
That's fair. Now, that's fair. On the footy field, if you were to describe like aggression, like are you more of a quiet achiever? Are you more of a lippy player? Because we can see players in any level, they can be very chirpy, they can be very quiet and find balance. Where would you be? Would you be more on just let your footy do the talking? Do you like giving lip back? How are you for all that? Or would you be able to handle that?
Yeah, I think I'm probably in the middle a bit. Bit of white line fever, so do get a bit lippy sometimes on the field, but more just let the footy do the talking, and
Very good. So Nicknames, Dave. Any nicknames you get that are pretty standard? Are they stock standard? Any rogue ones?
Nah, I don't have too many nicknames. I just got people just call me X or XT or Zave or that's
Oh
about
yeah,
it. Nothing serious.
very nice. Nice and simple. That's sometimes the best way to go about it. Now, what would you say is the best ever individual game of footy you've ever played at any level?
I think the grand final was a pretty good game. Probably the best game I played all year, and yeah, it's the first thing that comes to mind.
And so, would that be the best ever game in terms of as a team that you've ever been a part of? Would that be your best footy accomplishment as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Today?
Yeah, 100%. It's the best team game and the best team I've been a part of, and yeah, something I'll cherish forever and hold pretty close to me.
That's very good. Now, obviously, playing as an intercept defender, goals aren't always a luxury to be each and every week, but obviously that can still happen. You got a go-to goal celebration, Dave, that you'd pull out?
Have not had a chance to over the past 2 years at Eastern. Have not kicked one goal, which is a bit disappointing.
Okay. Yes.
But now I have a few up my sleeve. I'll get cracking with that. But yeah, haven't had a chance to do any.
So just have it in the memory bank. That is be a big time when it does happen. Then, speaking of goals, mark or goal of the year, which one would you rather do and why?
I'll go goal of the year because I rarely kick goals. It'd be good to get goal of the year.
It would be. Would you be one to post it if you were to pull out a goal of the year contender?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
Good. That's a good answer. I mean, to be honest, anyone that says they wouldn't, I feel like they're lying because unless you're already bet, you're not producing goal of the year contenders every week, or Jeremy Howell if you're referring to a mark. So, I mean, why not? It's a bit of fun and it's a pretty cool thing to do. Not many people can do it.
No, God, no.
Now, what are some fun facts about you that people may not know about you or very little know?
Don't know. Been skydiving. I don't think many people would have done that at my age or would know that I've done it. So, fun fact.
There you go. Did you ever play any other sports outside of footy over time?
Yeah, I was a big basketball growing up as a kid. So played played rep basketball until about under 16s and had to give it up for footy. But yeah, love basketball and still have a shoot when I can and love it.
Yeah. What type of, I'm not in overall with basketball, but what type of position did you play? And playing rep, you must have been pretty good then.
Was like a guard, one or two man for basketball. And could never shoot though. Horrible shot.
Okay, well, this probably answered. You probably just answered my next question. Were you ever able to shoot a half-court goal then, mucking around or anything?
I actually did hit a buzzer beater in domestic from, I reckon, 3/4 court. But that's not bad. It, I reckon. Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was good.
It's good though. If anyone can do that, whether it's in a game, training, mucking around, taking the piss, it's a good thing. Now, defenders, I feel like I know the answer to this with you being a defender, Dave, but the defenders, I feel like from the public eye at AFL and AFLW level, they deserve a lot more recognition than what they truly get. The mid's got the Brownlow, the ruck's got Brownlow votes, and the Coleman's centred towards forwards. So do you feel like the defenders deserve their own official title of an award as well?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a defender award. Not too phased about the accolades, but yeah, it'd be cool to have a defender award. Bit hard to win a Brownlow as a backman, but yeah.
Yes, it would be. Game day superstitions, have you got any?
Nah, I'm pretty cruisy going into a game. Just try to keep it pretty casual. Not try to do too much. Just I just always have a chocolate milk with my breakfast in the morning. That's the only thing I do every week.
Very nice. I've got a few more for you saved. I really appreciate you coming on. Any TV shows you've been binge watching lately?
I'm watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I think for the 4th time again. That's what I'm watching at the moment. Yeah. Let's go to it.
That's a good one. That's a good choice. Sometimes lately, some people mention some TV shows and they say something. I go, I don't even know what that is. There's but then again, I don't watch that many. I just stick to the certain genre. It might be comedy or crime/drama type. That's the genre I'd go through. Yeah. Generally. Now, one thing to last mention is obviously you see players that come and go and they have a successful career. Some, journeys don't last. What's some key advice, Dave, you would give to your younger self or to other young people that want to get into an AFL or AFLW if they're women level. What advice would you give them on the path that you've had so far that you may change along the way to lean on to the future players as well?
Something that I've kind of learned over, especially this year, is just, I said it before, super important to just enjoy your footy, no matter what level you're playing or how old you are. Just try to enjoy your footy, and because that's why I started playing, because you love it, and I think that's the most important thing that I try to do. And yeah, that'd be my advice.
Sure, Xavier. Really appreciate you coming on, mate. All the best for the draft in a few weeks' time. Hopefully, your name gets read out and you go where you want to go, and you have a long, successful career at that club, mate. Really appreciate you coming on.
No worries. Thanks for having me, mate. Cheers.